Amber, and I'm so glad that you've joined me today on my channel because it's all about sunflowers today, and we're going to be making the cutest little junk journal album you've ever seen in your life. I'm in love with it, and it's all because of these cute sunflower vintage seed pockets. And these are, they never had seeds in them, but they are truly vintage and real seed packets. And I created a cute little junk journal album using the cover. And I was so inspired by one of my favorite crafters on YouTube and Instagram, and she's Rebecca Hoot, and she has a website, Create with Rebecca. She has an Instagram and a YouTube. I'll link everything below. She was such a huge inspiration for this project. I've been wanting to make one of these using my vintage seed packets that I have. So I figured, why not use the sunflower one because of fall, and I have all the sunflower things. Okay, so let me show you what I created. I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring. More about them later in the video. The album measures approximately 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I've just used this ribbon that I picked up from, I think, Dollar Tree for the closure. Very simple. So I'm going to show you how I turn this delicate seed packet into sturdy covers. Okay, so let's get into this. I have a cute little sunflower charm held on by a vintage garment pin right here. I set the corner up here with an eyelet. So that just hangs right there. I thought it was super cute. And we open it up, and I lined the inside of the pocket with this beautiful paper here. And I added lots of cute paper clips and ribbon and little goodies on the side sticking out. So I'm just going to show you a flip through of this cute little junk journal. So I added all kinds of different things from my stash: graph paper, scrapbook paper, this yellow line paper, and then here's more scrapbook paper with a cute little paper clip that I made. So that just gets clipped on right there. So these are perfect for like little gratitude journals or fall memory albums, whatever you want to do. Here's like a vintage game sheet for Yahtzee. More of that beautiful scrapbook paper. Here's a vintage ledger sheet. And then more scrapbook paper with some trims stapled on, and a vintage book page. More scrapbook paper. And then this is a pocket. And it's a top loading pocket. I'm just going to put a cute sticker right there. And then we got some vintage music sheet paper. More beautiful scrapbook paper. And the sides, these are mostly single-sided papers, so you can journal on that side or add photos. This is just an old Happy Planner page that can be drawn on or journaled on. Or scrapbook paper. Here is some ledger paper. So this is like a distressed envelope, and there's a little pocket there, and then it's also a top loading pocket up here. And this is just some stationery paper. More, and this is like from an old recipe book. I've got vellum. This is pretty. It's from Hobby Lobby. And then here's the middle. Nice sunflower page. And I just stapled a cute little ticket stub over here. Here's more vellum. And then it just is the other side of the album. So this here is a paper clip that I created. And this is another envelope. It just folds out. And you can make it into a top loading pocket or a side pocket, whatever you want. And then I'm just going to add that paper clip back on there. And then again, this is just the other side of all the papers that I showed you. Do a quick little flippy. This is a perfect journaling spot. And I just added some little ribbons. And so then this right here is a side loading pocket. It's the other side of the paper bag. Here's another cute little ticket. More of that vintage recipe page. Here's a cute little coin envelope. You can put all kinds of cute little die cuts in there or washi samples. And again, it just continues on. You can fit so many cute things in here. I love this. And there's the back, and then this is one of those little cupcake picks from Hobby Lobby, and I just washied it in so it kind of sticks out on the top. I'll move this one back over. And then there's the back. And again, there's the front. So then I'm just going to use my ribbon here. And I just tie it in a loose double knot so it just keeps it closed. But it's not too hard to get back into it. Just kind of simple and rustic. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Let's go ahead and make one here on video. So let's create one of these cute little junk journals with a seed pocket. So you can take this and make it your own. You don't have to do the same thing that I do, but here's how I made this one, okay? So the first thing I did is I just did some trimming. I went ahead and trimmed off this like bottom flap, and you can save that for like a page tab or something. So I'm just going to trim that away. So now we just still have the opening at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is take a little sliver off this side and off the top. So a very, very small sliver off the side. Okay, so now we have this all ready to make sturdy for our album cover. So the important item in this is this Tyvek. Now this is an old envelope that I had from the USPS. It was like a used envelope that I received something in. So I'm going to go ahead and use this for mine, but I also have a pack of Tyvek sheets from Amazon, and I'll link those below. Okay, so this one is not quite 6.5, it's 6 3/8 by 4.5. So once you cut your little seed pocket down, just like I said, measure it and then cut your Tyvek and another piece of scrapbook paper down to the same size as the dimensions of your seed pocket. So what I'm going to do is take some Scor Tape, and I have this big 2-inch Scor Tape. You can use any size you have, but just make sure you cover the Tyvek with the Scor Tape. So I'll link this big 2-inch one below. It's really handy. You just got to make sure you kind of put it on there slow so that way it's nice and even. Okay, so I've got both the Tyvek and the scrapbook paper covered with that Scor Tape. So now I'm just going to flip this over and carefully, I'm going to remove the backing from the Tyvek glue. So I'm going to take the seed pocket and lay it down on the Tyvek. So what I did is I lined up this edge here and the top and then just dropped it, and it laid down pretty nice and straight. So I might have to trim a little bit, and just be careful when you're using your bone folder on that delicate seed pocket to do it nice and soft. So I'm going to lay this down right on top of that Tyvek. Okay, so let's see the front. We're going to have to do some trimming, but that's okay. I knew it was going to be a little too big. But let me just go ahead and press this down and burnish that on there. This is going to be nice and sturdy now. It's nice and sturdy now, and it's going to be the perfect cover for our junk journal. So I'm going to take our lined seed pocket and stick it on my scoreboard, and I just want to see where this middle crease is approximately, and it's right here at 3 1/4. So I'm just going to lightly press down and score it right there at 3 1/4, and then I'm just going to turn it around and kind of press that down again just so it's easier to fold. Okay, so I'm going to gently fold that. And because we have so many layers here, I'm just going to kind of work with it a little bit. Just want to kind of bend it just a little bit inwards, like that. So we have our cute little cover coming along. It's nice and sturdy. This back cover right here is a little bit uneven. And I usually would trim that off to make this even, but because the album comes out with all the cute little things hanging off the side, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it, and I think it'll give it a little bit more character and interest. So we can put that aside. So now we just need the goodies to go inside. So now just grab a bunch of scraps of paper, and for the one that we made and the one that I made earlier, the measurement that I'm using is 6 inches by 4 3/8. So that's the measurement I'm going to remember, and if they're sticking out and not very even, I think that looks even cuter. So I'm going to stick with that measurement. Just cut down a bunch of paper to that measurement and grab some fun little envelopes and pouches and just start folding in the order that you want. So I think I'll go for this stationery page next. So this is so easy, you can use whatever you want. This is just like the simple formula for you. So you're just folding it and putting it inside each other. And if they're not all even, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I think I got all the pages that I want to put in. So I'm going to take my cover and just kind of see how it looks. I think that looks absolutely adorable with the pages kind of sticking out. And I'll choose a few to add some little ribbon and things like that. So I'm going to do a pamphlet stitch on this. Just make sure that everything is kind of nestled into that middle fold. I'm going to actually take a binder clip this time and clip it there and clip the side, just to kind of keep it to where I want it. And then I'm using this wax thread. I use it all the time on here. It's like waxed embroidery floss, I think. And I have a needle because my other one broke, so I have to use this one, so I need to go get a new one. This one kind of has like a little slant to it, but I would rather use just a regular needle. So I'm gonna thread this needle and snip that off. And then I'm going to take this tool, it's called an awl, and I'm going to make a hole near the top, in the middle, and then near the bottom. So I usually like to stick this into a book, but I've got a pretty nice solid hold on this, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball it. So I'm going to take this, and then it's going to go through all the pages and out that spine. So there's my first hole. If you can see, there's the awl tool. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one, I'm just going to eyeball the center. You can use a ruler and measure if you want. So once I've got that in there, there is my awl. So I'm just going to do a hole right there. And then, of course, near the bottom. So I'm going to stick that in there, and then don't poke yourself. Okay. So now I've got one at the top, the middle, and the bottom. And I've got my needle with my waxed embroidery floss in there. So I'm going to take my needle, and I'm going to first go from the inside of my book out the middle hole. Okay, so now we have So I'm going to pull this through, and it leaves a little tail. So I'm just going to tuck that right under this clip right here to keep it from moving. So now that we've come out through the outside of the middle hole, I'm going to just go down through that top hole. Okay. So I'm going to pull that through, make sure that your thread on the outside is nice and straight. So then it's come up the inside top hole, so I'm going to go all the way down and put it through the bottom hole from the inside now. So make sure that's all pulled nice and straight and tight. So then you're going to take this back through the middle hole. Again, back through that middle hole. Okay. So now you can pull your needle off, and you're going to end up with these two strings right here and then this one big one down the middle. So I'm going to stick this one underneath. So now there's one string on each side of that middle thread. Just make sure everything's nice and tight, not too tight, but nice and straight there on the outside. And now you've got your two strings here, one on either side of that middle one, and just tie this in a double knot. I love how this turned out. Alright, so there's our stitch. It was super easy. So now I'm going to take these clips off, and we're going to see how this worked out. I think it looks absolutely adorable. I just think this looks so cute, and it's got all the pages in there, and you can decorate this however you want. Oh my goodness, I love how that looks. I'm going to clip it together for a minute to keep it closed. Okay, so now that we have our journal put together, I'm going to add some cute little things on the side like I did for mine right here that I already made here. So I just have these scraps of ribbon here, and I'm just going to take my Tim Holtz tiny attacher and just choose little pages to staple these on. And these can kind of look like fabric tabs. So just choose the pages that you want these on. So I think I'll do the first page. I think it looks really cute, and then you just take it and staple it on there. So I like to do it staggered, of course. Okay, I finished adding the trims. I think it looks super cute. Oh my gosh, I love how that turned out. And they're just all on the random pages here. And I made some cute little paper clips. It's super easy. Let me show you how I did it. And then we'll even add a charm just like that.
If you're looking to explore your creativity, Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of workshops and classes covering dozens of topics. There is such a wide variety of creative classes on Skillshare, whether you're looking to learn a new skill, brush up on an old one. They have photography, video editing, writing, painting, crafting, pretty much anything you can think of. You will be able to find it with an incredible instructor over on Skillshare. Okay, so this is the class that I most recently took on Skillshare, and it was absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. I know it's not a paper crafting class, but this just proves right here that any hobby you have or just learning something new, Skillshare has endless possibilities of what you can learn. So obviously this is about script writing, screenplay writing for movies. If you're on my Instagram, you know that I was doing a little research and asking you guys for your favorite movies, but this class was incredible. It really helped me so much to kind of finalize and make sure I did everything right. and I just really recommend it. I'll link it below, but I just really encourage you to go and explore Skillshare. So the good news is that the first 1,000 people to click the link below in my description will receive a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. So go down there, click the link, and start learning with Skillshare today. So all you need to make the paper clips are just any paper clips you have. So I have these. I have a brown one and a white one. And then you're going to need some 1-inch circles. So I just use this page and punch out 2 circles. So that's going to cover the glue on the back of the paper clips. And let me show you. I also am using these cupcake picks. I got these at Hobby Lobby in like the Thanksgiving section with like the cute little cupcake liners and place cards and things like that. So I'm going to put that in the back. But I got these both from Hobby Lobby. There's 2 different size sunflowers here. Okay, so it's so easy. You just put a dab of hot glue right there in the middle. Just a little dab of hot glue right there in the middle. And make sure you're using the top of the paper clip, not the bottom where it goes onto the paper. And then just set it there, and then take your 1-inch circle and put it right over that glue. And there's your cute little paper clip. So now let's do the same thing for this one. That's so adorable, and it's going to look so cute on our album. So I'm going to take my cute little album first and go to the back cover, and I'm going to center this so most of it's sticking out and then some of it is on the page. And then I'm just going to take this cute washi tape. Alright, so I got that cute little guy in there, and then it just sticks out the top like this. And then the brown one we made, I'm going to stick on the front page. So that's off to the left. And then this one, I'm going to find that page with the envelope that I folded right here, and then I'll put it off to the right to keep that closed. And now they're just all cute sticking off the top. So now let me show you how I put that cute little eyelet up here. So my sister borrowed my crocodile, so I'm going to have to use my big one, but you can use just the regular crocodile or hole punch that you have. So I'm going to punch a 3/16 hole right at the edge here, but not too far so it doesn't rip. But I'm going to get that right about there. So I just punched a hole right there. And now I'm going to take one of my We Are Memory Keepers eyelets. Just choose this orange color. And stick it right through there. And then set it with your crocodile. And then just chomp that down. Okay, so I set my eyelet. It's right there. And I have a jar of these vintage garment pins. You could even add the charm to one of your ribbons over here, but I like how it hangs off the side right there. I think it's super cute. And now all we have to do is cut some ribbon for our closure. But I just have this really pretty ribbon that I had in my stash, and let me see, where did I get this? Yeah, I got this at Dollar Tree. And it's so pretty. It's got the sunflowers on it, and I just want to do that loosely on there. I don't want to rip any of the paper or make it too tight of a closure. And then I just like to do a loose double knot like this, and then I'll trim it just a little. Okay, there's our adorable sunflower junk journal. I love this so much. I think it turned out so cute, and it's so easy to make. That comes off really easily. So here's our front cover and our cute little sunflower charm.
And here's all our adorable pages. You can take this idea and use anything you have. You don't have to use a seed pocket. That's the cute little sunflower junk journal. It was so easy to do, and you can just follow the formula and make it your own. There they are. I absolutely love how these turned out. I'm going to be listing both of these in my Etsy shop, so they will be available for purchase, and the link will be below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you all have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Bye!